Hello, welcome to Tuesday with Tally. We are here finishing up our life wheel assessment on love and romance this week. So as you maybe know, we've been going through each of the 8 areas on our life wheel assessment. A life wheel is a powerful tool, assessment tool, to give you information, give you a graphical representation about where you are right now, currently, how satisfied you are in each area of your life. And so it looks like a pie graph. It's divided up into 8 areas. And if you've been going along, pull out your life wheel. We're going to do love and romance today. If you are just jumping on and you want to create your own life wheel, you're welcome to. You just draw a circle, draw a cross through it, and an X. That will give you 8 areas. Or you can download the PDF. I have a free version of this if you want to jump on, get yourself a PDF. And there's actually a video too that will walk you through all 8 areas. But if you've been tracking here with us, we're doing love and romance today. So this just helps you get really clear about where you are. It's super important if you're going to create what it is that you want to know, your starting location, and then to get clarity about where you want to go. And then from there, it's almost like a GPS. You have the life wheel is like your current location, where you want to go, or I do something called vision declarations. That's like your destination, and then it's a lot easier to create a clear, efficient path to get there once you know where you are and where you want to go. So we've been going through each area of the life wheel on our Tuesdays with Tally, getting clear about where you currently are in each area of your life. And it is such an important first step in creating where you want to go. Because if you know where you are, and then like if you know you're a 2 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 in a given area in your health and wellness, or your being a contribution and knowing purpose in life, or your career or your finances, or any one of the 8 areas of the life wheel, if you know where you're at, it's easier to determine what would be a 10 for you if you're kind of keyed into and you do these questions and you do the assessment. You have a clearer idea of what would it take to get you to a 10. You kind of know more what's in that gap. So my name is Tally. I am a certified professional life coach. I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing joy in order for you to have impact in the world, to be alive to what you're made for and what you want to create in the world. And I believe those 2 things are totally aligned. When you know what you're made for and you're doing that, you actually are creating a life that you love living. So I help leaders get clear about where they are, what they want, and create the getting there. So one of the things we're doing today is finishing up the life wheel. We're going to do love and romance. So I've got some questions for you, and you can either just listen to this, or if you want to actually do the life wheel assessment, it's a powerful tool. So think through these things as you're determining 1 out of 10 where you're at. And I do want to say that this is not an external representation of success for you in life. This is just where you currently feel like your satisfaction level lies in this area of your life. And it's super good information. Even if it's really low, it's actually a great sign because you have clarity about what the potential is, like where you could go. So I work with a lot of high performers, really successful people, and often they score really low when they come in and start working with me. And that's actually a great sign because they have an idea of where they want to be or where they could be. So wherever you score on this, it's great information. It's neutral. It's not good or bad or right or wrong. So practice unconditional love. I practice unconditional love in my love and romance relationship. I feel like I'm in a loving, intimate relationship that actively practices intimacy defined by into me see. So like I let this person see me. I communicate my heart. I share at a vulnerable level, and they do too. This relationship causes us to be our authentic selves. Like we feel more truly who we are inside of this relationship. We have an ability to work through conflict while staying connected. So this ability to disagree and have differing viewpoints and freedom to express that and stay connected and kind in the midst of it. We have fun together. This relationship is at a level of depth that I want. Like I feel like we connect deeply. I like the way that we communicate. So you feel like it's respectful and like you communicate honestly. Able to be honest. There aren't things in this relationship that are unsaid. So if you were to lose this person in your life, do you feel like there would be a lot of things that you just never told them whether that's how you really feel, how much they mean to you, whether that's something that you've been hiding or a resentment, whatever. Is there anything in the relationship that is unsaid? In this relationship, we both get to give and receive. So often we have a tendency toward one or the other, either being given to or being giving. Do you feel like there's balance there and like you are getting to give and receive in this relationship, and so are they? There is attraction, there's respect. We really deeply care about the needs of each other. We speak each other's love languages. So even knowing what they are, there's a great book by Gary Chapman called The 5 Love Languages. If you don't know about it, I totally encourage you to get that. Super helpful in just knowing what really communicates love to yourself and to the other person, and knowing what those things are and knowing how to communicate in their language. Super helpful. Healthy boundaries set and respected. There are realistic expectations that you have of one another. There's a sense of freedom. There's chemistry and passion. Your strengths complement. There's an ability to take responsibility for communicating how you each want to be loved. So there's a sense of ownership, and then taking responsibility for like it, knowing that it's your job to communicate what you need and want. And then does the other person also take responsibility for communicating that? Let's see. Operating in forgiveness and handling resentments as they come up. Do you feel like you do that well as a couple? There's a sense of building one another up, and it's an environment of encouragement and love. So how do you feel like you are in terms of your satisfaction, your contentment level with this area of your life? Go ahead and give it a 1 to 10. And if you have a life wheel, go ahead and mark that on your pie chart and fill it in up to that line. 0 is in the middle, 10 is at the outside. So fill in your life wheel. And now if you've been tracking along and doing this, you have a completed life wheel assessment that is a powerful tool. It's really fascinating to stand back and look at, oh, interesting. Yeah, that feels about right. I'm really strong in these areas, really have been neglecting some of these other areas, or they're not where I want them to be or where they could be. And so having that is a great first step, because the next thing that I do with my personal clients, my private clients, or my mastermind family is we look at what would it take, what are the things that it would take to get me from where I am, and we write that number in, to a 10, or where I want to be. And then we go into talking about what does my ideal life in this area look like, and what is the why behind that. And then we write out 3 to 5 really clear goals or steps that we're going to take this year in order to create that. So there's a whole process that we go through, and this is the first step in it. So if you've been tracking along, you've been doing the life wheel assessment, good for you. Hope this is super supportive for you. And I encourage you to really take the time to get reflective. It is amazing when we take the time to get clear what you create. I've been working with a group of people for about 8 or 9 weeks, and the feedback that I'm getting already from so many of them, like, I can't believe what I've already generated. So many of the things that I said were going to be my goals for 2020, I'm already experiencing them. I just looked at a message in our mastermind Facebook group, and she's like listed off 7 or 8 things that are already happening. I've already doubled my income. I've already, like, in weeks. It's amazing when you get clear about what it is you want. You write it down, you create a declaration, like a mantra of what it is you're generating in that area of your life, connecting emotionally to it. We do things like vision boarding and visualization. It's so powerful. And before you know it, you are creating and living a life that you really love living. And all of it starts with taking the time to get clear, to know where you are, to know where you want to go. And this is such a perfect time of year to do it. So hopefully this has been supportive. If you haven't tracked along, if you're jumping in kind of midstream and you'd love to do a completed life wheel assessment, I've got 2 ways for you to do that. I have a way for you to, I'll link it up in here in the comments, a free life wheel assessment. There's a video and a PDF. You can print the PDF and you can watch the video and take the assessment yourself. Another thing you could do if you want to, I still have some spots left in my vision board retreat coming up. It's in January, the 10th through the 12th. We're getting away to a beautiful cabin in Hocking Hills. private chef, like everything will be taken care of. You just show up and we will work through this entire process. So everything that I just mentioned that I'm doing with my mastermind, that I do with my private clients, have a workbook for you. We do the life wheel assessment. We go through and get clear on what you want in each area, the why behind it. You develop a vision declaration. This is something that my clients read over their life every day. What you want in each area, and it steers you right into what it is you want to create. We create steps, and then we put it into a strategic plan, like how you're going to go about doing that. We break it into quarterly goals, monthly goals, weekly action steps. Like it just happens, and you have in front of you exactly what you're going to do with each week for this next year. It's pretty incredible. So if that's something that would support you, and you know you want to do this work, and you keep going like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to sit down, and you kind of do, it's not working for you. If you just want to schedule a weekend to get away, that's been key for a lot of the people that have been on vision board retreats. So like, I know if I just put it in my schedule and I show up there, then I will like do the whole thing, and I'll get to be away with amazing people and the connection, and they like the retreat environment. If that would support you, I'll also put the link for the vision board retreat. There's an application process, so fill that out. We'll review it. If you're fit for the group, just aligning in values and bringing transformational, heart-centered come from to the retreat, then we'll send you the registration. You can get signed up and join us January 10th through 12th for a vision board retreat. Would love to have you there. So yeah, hopefully this is supportive, and heading into the new year with all of this clarity and motivation and momentum. I just bless you in this, stepping into this new year, last year of 2019. And as we step into 2020 with 2020 vision is really what I want to support you in creating. So reach out to me if you have any questions, and blessings today.